खुश रहो बिटिया. I, JVN Dr. L K Sharma, Professor Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today our topic is National Human Rights Commission. The National Human Rights Commission of India was established on 12 October 1993. The statute under which it is established is the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993 as amended by the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Act 2006. It is in conformity with the Paris Principles adopted at the first international workshop on national institutions for the promotion and protection of the human rights held in Paris in October 1991 and endorsed by the General Assembly of the United Nations by its Regulation 48/134 of 20th December 1993. The NHRC is an embodiment of Indian concern for the promotion and protection of human rights. Section 2 under bracket 1 under bracket D of PHRA defines human rights as the rights relating to the life, liberty, equality and dignity of the individual guaranteed by the Constitution or embodied by the international conventions and enforceable by courts in India. Vision and mission of the National Human Rights Commission. National Human Rights Commission India was set up by an act of a parliament under the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993 for the protection of the human and rights. The function of the commission is to stated in section 12 of the act, and apart from inquiry into the complaints of violation of human rights or negligence in the prevention of such violation by a public servant, the commission also studies treaties and international instruments on the human rights and make recommendations for their effective implementation to the government. The commission is responsible for spreading of human rights awareness among the masses and encouraging the efforts of all the stakeholders in the field of the human rights literacy, not only at the national level but at the international level too. NHRC is a unique institution because it is one of the few national human rights commission institutes in the world whose chairperson is the former Chief Justice of the country. The world looks at the NHRC of India as a role model in promoting and monitoring the effective implementation of promotion and protection of human rights. Section 2 under bracket 1 under bracket D of the PHR Acts defines the human rights as the rights relating to the life, liberty and equality and convenience and enforced by the court in India. The NHRC India plays an active role in coordinating with the other NHRIs of the world to enhance awareness from the perspective of human rights. It has also hosted delegation from the UN bodies and other national human rights commission as well as the member of the civil societies, lawyers and political and social activities from many countries. Constitution of the National Human Rights Commission. The central government shall constitute a body to be known as National Human Rights Commission to exercise the powers conferred upon and to perform the function assigned to it under this act. The commission shall consist of a chairperson who has been Chief Justice of Supreme Court, B. One member who is or has been a judge of the Supreme Court, C. One member who is or has been the Chief Justice of the High Court, D. The two members to be appointed from amongst the person having knowledge or practical experience in the matter relating to the human rights. The chairperson of the National Commission for Human Rights. There shall be a Secretary General who shall be the Chief Executive Officer of the Commission and shall exercise powers and functions and discharge the functions of the commissions. The headquarters of the commission shall be at Delhi, and the commission may, with the previous approval of the central government, establish offices at other places in India. The commission shall perform the following functions, namely: term of office of the chairperson and member. The person appointed the chairman shall office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office or until he attains the age of 70 years, whichever is earlier. A person appointed as a member shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office and shall be eligible for the reappointment for any other term of 5 years. The functions of the NHRCC: inquire suo motu or on petition presented to it by a victim or any person on his behalf, on a direction or order of any court into complaint of violation of human rights or abatement thereof. Negligence in the prevention of such violence by the public servant, intervene in any proceeding involving allegation of violation of human rights pending before a court with the approval of such courts. Visit notwithstanding any contained in any other law for the time being in force, any jail or other institutions under the control of the state government where persons are detained or locked for the purpose of the treatment, reformation or protection for the study of living conditions of the inmates thereof and make recommendation thereon to the government. D. Review the safeguard provided by or under the constitution or any law for the time being in force for the protection of the human rights and recommended measures for their effective implementation. E. Review the factors including acts of the terrorism that inhibit the enjoyment of the human rights and recommended appropriate remedial measures. F. Study treaties and other international instruments on human rights and make recommendation for their effective implementation. G. Undertake and promote research in the field of human rights. H. Spread human rights literacy among various sections of the society, promote awareness of the safeguards available for the protection of these rights through publication, the media, seminars, and other available means. J. Encourage the efforts of the non-governmental organization and institution in the working in the field of human rights. J. Such other functions as it may consider necessary for the promotion of human rights. This is all about the National Commission for Human Rights. If you are facing any problem, then write a comment in a comment box. Thank you.